2002 in Masoe in South Africa, I met Nozipho. I went to go and visit Nozipho in her house, and as we sat there, I was told that she, 12 years old, wanted to drop out of school, and I was trying to understand why Nozipho wanted to leave school. Nozipho answered me like this: as I sit in a classroom and the teacher is teaching, it's so hard for me to be there as I think of my mother at home with my baby sister. Nozipho's mum was busy dying of AIDS, and for Nozipho it was so hard to sit in a school and to focus as her mother was dying on her own at home with her baby sister. Soon after that visit that I had with Nozipho, her mum did die, and Nozipho ended up with her baby sister, merely 13 years old. It shook me so deep in my foundations as I considered the impact that it had on Nozipho when her support system around her just collapsed. In 2012, I met Dorothea, a care worker in Kalende in Zambia. And as we walked in the community to visit our children, we learned that we were the same age. But Dorothea and my life went two very different paths. In fact, Dorothea, at the age of 13, her father gave her to an older man to be married. And Dorothea used these words. She said to me, my mind had to move from a learning mind to a surviving mind. Here we see both the child and the grandmother, who today are looking after orphans, deeply broken as the essential building blocks in their life collapsed around them. We know the very definition of education is the process of receiving systematic instructions. For that to happen in the Hands communities where we are working, we need to rebuild all the layers. We need to rebuild from the grandmother to the care workers, to the Hands team, to the local church, the local school, right to our global partners. All of us need to come together, and we need to rebuild these layers to ensure that holistic education takes place. That's expensive in time, in human resources. It's one-on-one. It takes time and it's hard. But you know, God's word say, I place the lonely with families. One of our boys who's in our youth development program right now, we actually had to change his name because that boy is so broken. His name was associated with so much pain and rejection that we had to change his name. It's hard work and it's expensive. I had the privilege to watch a young girl in the slums of Lagos as she went to school for the first time. And the grandmother took the young girl, only a brick high, and she gave the young girl to our care worker, who took this tiny little hand, and they started walking off to school, and the tears just pouring down the grandmother's face. And I said to the grandmother, why are you crying? And she said to me, this will be the first girl in the history of this family that will receive education. You know, and as I looked at this care worker walking with this girl, and I know she's going to go to school, but I know she's going to be in a life center. I know she's going to be loved and cared for holistically. I thought, Granny, if you only know. You see, even though it's expensive, this kind of education will last for generations.
www.handsatwork.org